I've always had a thing for bees. It might be because my father wanted to make a honey-making business and bought a bee truck. And instead of paying workers or doing it himself, he had me and my brothers. He's already paying for our living costs, and it was a profitable idea. The first winter came, everything was fine. The next winter came, they all died. However, as the first summer came, as we were extracting the succulent honey from the hives in our garage, some wild bees smelled the honey. So they commenced the raid. Now I'm talking about a garage that is literally swarming with bees. My brothers kept getting stung, my father as well. But I was the chosen one, as I was never stung during my beekeeping career. I did get a permanent scar on my finger though. The bees were then closed in, and we entered the garage next morning. They were all dead. Now, what has all of this got to do with the Bee Movie game? Nothing, although the first movie I've ever seen in a cinema was the Bee Movie. Do you want to roleplay as an Uber driver, be employed by DoorDash, play Mario Kart, be a mechanic, work 9-to-5 jobs, or even experience what it felt like dogfighting 16 planes in the airspace of Serbia? I've got a game for you. Bee Movie came out in 2007, the same year as these good-looking games. However, my legit copy of the Bee Movie game came with a lot of issues. The most obvious one is the Source Engine repeat sound glitch. Only that you can't turn it off unless you leave the game. So I just dealt with it. There are some graphical glitches here and there. There's also this one cutscene where the voice lines were very loud.
So tell me, how are things shaping up?
Very well. We've recently had a breakthrough that I think you should see.
Superb. Yes, sir, I am pleased to hear it. I told you this idea was of the blue ribbon variety.
Okay. So I get that this is a game meant for children, but it's still a bad game. There are sections that transition awfully. The music changes abruptly. The cutscenes feel like they're missing some sound effects. And 90% of the story gameplay is pressing the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. The voice acting is mostly okay with some iffy parts.
You! Patrol the living room! You! Dining room! You! Jeweler!
What? Ken, I told you, I'm not a...
Whatever! You patrol the kitchen!
In between story missions you have jobs, which you have to do to progress the game. The jobs range from okay to tedious. You have racing, a Mario Kart-like race game that involves power-ups to help you win the game. Mechanic. Being an owner of a Igor, I was born to do this job. However, my biggest issue with this was unscrewing the screws, so I did what every sane person could do. I plugged in my graphics tablet to use the pen. DoorDash. You are a DoorDash driver who has to stack pizza on your scooter, and the bees are so impatient in this world that if you do not deliver the food in a certain amount of time, they die. Uber. Simple but stupidly boring job, because the vehicles are going as fast as a bicycle. Honeycomb. A game proving that systematic racism isn't gone. Filler. Blow your load into the pots. And finally, we have the crane game, the quickest way to rack up those jobs to progress the game. Pro tip. If you find yourself in the lower section of the beehive while our main story quest is available, you can just save warp and save yourself an hour of your life. While in the free roam section of the game, you cannot look around. Moving your mouse does nothing. So the effective way of turning your camera is to sit in a car. Trying to run over the bee population will send them to God before they even get hit. And if you think that bees don't believe in religion, here's this clip.
Bees only have 6 laws. 7 if you count no honey on Saturdays.
Most bees don't. Only orthodox bees.
Right.
There's nothing else to say. You have your 9-to-5 jobs, there are some random collectibles, and you can customize your character. And that's the whole game.